what it was. Y'all know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge Itself. And I figured I'd put y'all down with a little cosmic insight for the day. And say, man, it's Monday again. So we ain't got shit to do but talk about this karmic destiny. Yeah. We're going to talk about the North and the South Node again, or Rahu and Ketu. And this time, there's going to be a little something about those people that have the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio in their natal chart. And I want to talk about this because I was looking at my Nana's natal chart, and lo and behold, this was her placement. And it really intrigued me. So without further ado, I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do first. I'm going to bring y'all a little bit about the North Node in astrology. I'm going to bring y'all a little bit about the South Node in astrology. And I'll also give a little breakdown about how astrologers use the nodes and also kind of what they mean in different astrological aspects. So with that being said, man, let's get it cracking. So in astrology, your life's purpose is encoded in the North and the South Node of the moon, or referred to as Rahu and Ketu, respectively, in Vedic astrology. They're not actual celestial bodies, but rather two mathematical points in the chart that fall directly opposite one another. And they create an axis of sorts of opposite signs and houses. For instance, if your North Node is in Aries, then your South Node is in Libra. Or if your South Node is in Gemini, then your North Node is in, Sagittarius. Pardon me, I always get mixed up because here I go with that old mixed up. Or if your North Node is in the 2nd house, then your South Node is in the 8th house. Or if your North Node is in the 7th house, then your South Node is in the 1st house. Or if your North Node is in the 6th house, then your South Node is in the 12th house. And hopefully y'all get the gist. If not, we can do some math together, huh? But either way, they can really help us answer questions like, what am I supposed to do with my life? Why am I here? What's my mission? And even, why am I like this? And what might I have been in a past life? Yeah, this kind of refers to past life stuff. And if you don't believe in that, let's just refer to it as your early years or something like that. But you really need to do some research, man, or search inside yourself and find some answers, because you've been here before, buddy. So the North Node, or Rahu, this is your destiny, and it's kind of where you need to be going in this life and your karmic path. And I like to think that the North Node illuminates the terrain that's calling your name. But climbing to the top of this mountain is going to be like trying to get to the top of Mount Everest, man. It is, for real. And you might have to lighten up your baggage and enlist some help if you want to try to make it up this hill, man. And, this is kind of your learning curve in a sense. I could say that. And Rahu activities, they're going to require you to stretch out of your comfort zone. And once you do, you'll feel amazed at how empowered you feel by doing so, man. This is like the activation of your life's mission and shit. And the sooner that you align yourself with this path, the more purpose-driven your life will become. Yeah. However, you're often going to return to your South Node as that ace in the hole at certain times, even after you've made your way in this world. But look, when it comes to the North Node, it's pretty much like this. We often get caught up in thinking that just because we're good at some shit, or, it comes easy to us, that's what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. Yet a lot of times the easy shit, it just doesn't feel spiritually nourishing or satisfying. Because the simple fact is, maybe we've taken that path enough times in past lives already, and it's time to try something new this time. Yeah. That's karmic destiny. So when we're referring to the South Node, or Ketu, this is your innate gifts and past life shit, man. And if you don't think that, it's just the energy that you brought along with you. It's the things that you're really good at naturally. The South Node is the exact opposite side as the North Node. And like I just said, it reveals the gifts that you brought into this lifetime with you. My bad. And it's your comfort zone or your sweet spot. And you're going to be innately good in these areas of life, which it might begin you to, begin your early path based on Ketu's energy. While this might bring you a little sense of satisfaction too, it ain't never going to be spiritually nourishing. I'll keep going with my words. That's one of my favorite words too, spiritually nourishing. Ain't it beautiful? Because it's basically on some been there, done that type shit anytime that you fuck with shit that you just good at like that. And, indeed you have. And probably in many, many past lifetimes. So it's time to flip the script and use Ketu as a springboard into Rahu's destiny. Or what I'm saying is, this time around, you need to use the energy that you have and the things that you're good at as a springboard into the destiny of the energy of its polarity. You know what I mean? You have to come out of that comfort zone. It's like the South Node is your horoscope hometown and shit. And, it's not the place you necessarily want to settle permanently, but it's somewhere comfy to visit when you need a boost or to feel a sense of belonging. And when it comes to how astrologers use it, in a way, us astrologers use a node to determine where your destiny lies in this life with the North Node or Rahu, or kind of what you had going on in past lives with the South Node or Ketu. And as far as their transits go, the nodes change sides every year and a half or like every 18 months. And this shit goes beyond just Western astrology. You need to understand it. Or even you need to understand that, pardon me. And even this life right here that we're living, because in Jewish or Kabbalistic astrology, the North Node is called your tikkun or your correction. And it views it as the karmic adjustment that your soul must make to ascend in this life. And in Vedic or sidereal, Rahu is the head of the dragon, but he has no body. And Ketu is the body or the tail of the beast, which has no head. And it really takes a pretty harsher view of the South Node's karma. But to sum it all up, this shit is crucial, man. This shit really is crucial. So pay fucking attention, y'all. Also, man, the house placement that these two are on is going to be even more imperative than the signs. And we'll talk about that when we get to that. But right now, we're going to talk about this. So, first of all, let me light my shit. These people that are born with their North Node in Taurus, man, and their South Node in Scorpio. Well, as far as the North Node being in Taurus, the first thing I want to implore is that these particular individuals, man, they have an elegant soul, which can actually, see what's sacred everywhere. And in doing so, it kind of awakens the divine in everything. Yeah. These folks are here to establish a balance between their spirituality and this physical world, man. They're sexual and powerful, and at the same time sensual and calm. And one of their biggest challenges is going to be learning how to balance their dynamism in their own force, because this position makes them very prone to extremes in this existence. Yeah. Taurus and Scorpio is all about extremes, meaning that they're basically oscillating between the material and their mystical calling as powerful spiritual entities. And the interpersonal connections these motherfuckers are manifesting can get quite, psychologically profound, because they're kind of always testing how devoted the parts involved are. They want to see how deep you're willing to go with them. And they always want to know if they can trust you. That's a big thing. As a matter of fact, I could say that relationships with Taurus Rahu people, they really aren't that common, man, because they're always alternating between everything and nothingness, and between life and death even. Yeah. It's that deep. It's that deep. Because all of this is putting these natives through crises all the time, which can be really draining, not only on themselves, but also on the souls of those that are close to them. And sometimes, when this life is throwing these fucked up challenges at them, they get to feeling like external forces are possessing them. Not to mention, they become extremely obsessive. So, they really have a rough time letting go of shit, once it becomes what might be characterized as a lost cause. And that's rough, man. That's rough. On another note, though, the soul of people born with the North Node here, it inherently desires peace and harmony throughout this existence. Like, that's what it needs. They're hands down some of the most devoted in love, and I've noticed they have really awesome affinity or a particular love for music, man. For instance, man, my Nana has this placement, as I was telling y'all, and she was a music teacher for over 30 years, and that's just what she loved. She taught me to play the piano when I was 4 years old. Like, that's just her, man. And all I miss doing is just riding in her car with her and just singing songs, man, children's songs. And she just taught me so much, man. And I just love my Nana so much. And that's what she was about in this life. And that was before I knew that she had this South Node in Scorpio, and not knowing that, hey, she might have been a spiritual sorcerer before this. But it was rough on her. You know, I can also say that their passion for good food and exquisite wine, you know, it probably can't be equal either. These are really extraordinary individuals who are here to remind everyone what beauty and safety and love really is about. Because in a past life, they probably lived a very dark and heavy existence, and their soul has blossomed despite it. So I really feel like they can be characterized by the rose that grew from concrete that Tupac Shakur once wrote about, man. I think that's the best characteristic of this, man. Look, this Rahu and Ketu combination is really helping them forget all the tragedy that they dealt with previously. Because if they truly want to heal their soul this time, man, you know, and feel nurtured again, and they got to realize that actually living life on this physical plane can be pleasurable. Like, they need to allow themselves to enjoy, and that's real, man. They need to see that, you know, hey, there is beauty beyond the deep shit, and they got to stop probing, man. They just got to stop probing. That's something they got to do. Just because you enjoy life and value physical things, that don't make you materialistic, man. And y'all can't forget that. More than anything else, you know, being able to see things for how they truly are, it can make these people true mystics who recognize the divine presence in both common and extraordinary situations when they embrace both the physical and the spiritual depths that they possess, man. Like, they just have to learn how to enjoy themselves this time. Whatever happened last time, it was dark. It may have been abusive. It may have been messed up, and it made you extremely spiritually strong and emotionally intelligent. And you ain't lost that, and you ain't forgot that. But in a way, you got to learn how to put that behind you, because this time, man, you got to learn to enjoy your life. Like, yeah, you might see death and deal with bad experiences, but you've been able to enjoy and love and experience this time because, hey, man, that's what it's about. It's crazy. So, with that, in the North Node being in Taurus, that means they got the South Node in Scorpio. And what that means is, you know, Ketu and Scorpio people are constantly living in both agony and an ecstasy state, because they're used to advancing in life by suffering. So when they come into pleasant times, they can continue to be tense and keep anticipating these cycles of pain. And it just goes over and over again until they realize that they have to allow themselves to live. It's like they're dependent on the visceral reactions of everything just so their own vitality don't decrease. I can also say that no matter what the situation is, these people are the calmest there are. And sometimes even that can be unsettling. And other times it can be the most soothing thing that you could ever imagine. South Node Scorpio motherfuckers are typically the first to help those who ended up being hurt, because they love the feeling of the adrenaline pumping through their heart that it gives them when they see the pain that other people are experiencing, because they feel it. Like, you gotta stop being pain junkies. Even when there's stormy weather, you know, they want to stay out and enjoy it. And the depth at which they want to know people is insatiable, man. And sometimes it's unattainable with other people. You know, having Ketu place here manifesting a person who has an uncanny way of healing and regenerating themselves in the face of shit that would destroy most other people. But they're also very mysterious and secretive and possessive and sometimes vengeful, depending on whatever the fuck they've been through in this existence. These people, you know, they've obtained their personal power the hard way, man, in the past lives, which may have left them scarred down to the very roots of their soul. But they don't fold and they don't back up in the face of the very darkest of times. They just don't. They probably used too much of their magic in their past lives. That's what this is. And, you know, they got lost in darkness, possessiveness and obsession, or even the pursuit of power, or in power itself. And it just can't go like that this time. They need to learn the value, the beauty of Earth. And, you know, in turn, they can learn to value themselves, which, you know, that brings true spiritual mastery, which that's kind of what this is all about. Say, it's a crazy placement, man. But it don't matter what the fuck you got going on. It don't matter where you have the South Node. It don't matter where you have the North Node. Hey, it don't matter where you have Pluto. It don't matter where you have Jupiter. It don't matter what your ascendant is, man. Just because you're built like that, it don't mean you have to build like that, man. There's been some priceless knowledge yourself. If y'all fooling with me, man, please like, share, and subscribe, man. I mean it. Hit that like button, man. Help me get on this motherfucking algorithm and help somebody else, man. Subscribe to my channel, man. Share this motherfucker, man. Go join my Facebook group, Priceless Knowledge Yourself. I appreciate all the love and support, man. If you're interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, please email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com or hit me up in the comments below. And that's in Western or Vedic or full numerology reading. And hey, man, y'all understand this is what I do for a living, man. So if you fucking with somebody else on that tip, man, yeah, y'all keep it real. And I'm gonna hit you on a little bit with a little something about those people that have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo in their natal chart.